I cook a lot. At least I try to. And definitely for the majority of our relationship, I cooked way more than Laura. And she started cooking recently. And she's a really good cook. I think that people do that thing where they're like, I'm not a good cook, so I don't cook. First of all, anyone could be a good cook. You just haven't cooked enough yet. That's what
Right.
they're really trying to say, because I haven't failed enough to get good at it. But I tend to run out of things to cook, and I tend to go back to like my go-tos because they're easy. They seem unstressful. But every now and then, I like to look up a new thing and try to cook it. The last like 2 times, I nailed it and it came out really good. But there was one time where I made I don't even remember what it was, but it came out. It was supposed to be like a casserole thing that you bake, and it had
Okay.
like ground beef, vegetables, all that stuff, and it came out gross. Like something about the way I cooked it, like it was really dry. It wasn't like more, which is probably like I don't know how I did that. I really messed that up.
Hmm.
But it came out bad, and I was like, "Fuck baking!" Like I'm just going back to those things.
Sauteing. And
Yeah, but
everything.
now I try to like I'm like, all right, if it sucks, then I just won't make that one thing again. Like I don't think it has anything to do with like future stuff. But I'll try to mix up the recipes and like make at least something with maybe the same ingredients that I like, but like a
Mhm.
different version of it. We're going pretty
What's
good.
your go-to recipe?
Damn, this is gonna sound like a kid, like a college kid, but I like to make nachos, but I make them different. I make like I call them healthy nachos when there's no such thing, by the way.
Mhm.
But in my head, it's healthier, so I count it as healthy. But I make a nachos where I do the super lean ground beef. I do black beans, and then I dice up tomatoes and green chilies, and I'll put them in there. I'll season them, and then just none of the rest is healthy, just whatever on it. But it's super easy. I can make it in like 15, 20 minutes. I can eat a giant plate of it, and in my head, I feel like I'm eating healthy when I'm really not.
I feel like you need to cook for me.
You think so?
I didn't know that was one of your passions.
Well, it's not a passion. I think that it's like it's calming. When I was a kid, I don't know if I ever told you this. I don't think I've said this on a podcast, but maybe I have. When I was a kid, I was really depressed a lot, and for whatever reason, I used to live in this foster home where I couldn't quite like find a way to vent,
Mm-hmm.
and so I started ironing like a lot.
Hmm.
Like I don't know why, like taking this really wrinkly, messed up shirt and like steam ironing it and taking the time to like process and like it sounds like I'm crazy. Like who the fuck
Not to
talks about
me.
ironing like that? But I would get all into it to the point where I would intentionally like leave my clothes in the dryer, like and then get them out all wrinkled and then iron them. And then my foster brothers would go like, "Hey, Will, you can you iron my stuff?" So everyone started asking me to iron. So I would iron all the time because I found it calming. It was something I could do on my own, and it took my mind off of whatever I was thinking of, and I just focused on it.
Mm-hmm.
That went away after a while, but I think I find something similar in cooking to where I can get to the kitchen, I pull out all the ingredients, and I'm like really focused, and I'm a directions kind of guy. So even if I've never made it before, I feel in my head if I follow the directions exactly, like it'll come out good. Which isn't the case. People's ovens are different, and you whip things.
Altitude.
Yeah, things matter, right? Which hence the why some of them haven't worked out. But I find it calming to be able to sit there with a plant or with a thing, right? I'm gonna make this meal, and then just having all the things and trying to figure out how I'm gonna put it all together. And
Hmm.
then when it comes together, it feels good. And then we eat it in 5 minutes, and it feels like shit again. But I like so that part of it. It's not a passion because I feel like when you say that, or if I were to start saying that, it sounds like I'm really good at cooking, but I really
Not
just enjoy it.
necessarily. You
I
can
think
really
you're
like to
right.
do
I think
something.
my version's wrong, but that's how it makes me feel like
Yeah.
if I told people like my passion's cooking, they'd be like, "Dude, you got to cook for me. I love food. Like I love good cooked food." But in my head, I would feel guilty. Like, "Oh, I didn't say it was gonna be good. I just said I enjoyed it."
Yeah. Just do that. Just tell them that, and then be like, "You still want me to cook?"
No, I don't think I'll tell them that
My thing would
because then they
still be
probably will.
yes, even
Yeah,
after all this.
I'm down to cook for you sometime. I don't know a
Cool.
lot of stuff, but I'll cook something and see if you enjoy it. What about you? Do you do anything? Do you cook or do you have anything similar? Did you ever have a thing where you're like, damn, this really calms me down? If it's weird or not weird or normal?
No, I haven't really thought about anything like that. I've never really needed that.
No,
I don't know if that makes sense.
that you don't need it.
No, yeah, I guess that I have. I just don't think about that.
Hmm.
I'm not thinking like, oh, I'm doing this one thing because it calms me.
What does calm you? Do you ever get worked up? Like, what's your go-to? Music, family, TV shows, running, exercise.
Yeah, I guess I just chill and watch TV. That's like the mindless stuff for me.
Yeah, because you're focused on the show instead of what's going on.
Yeah, because my mind goes pretty crazy at
So you
times.
mentioned earlier that you were a little frustrated at work and how like you had all these things going on and it was piling up and I don't know if I should be talking about this or not. But in an instance where something like that is happening, what do you
Uh-huh.
think you would do? If you weren't here, what would you be doing to kind of wind down?
um, yeah, probably watching TV,
You think so?
playing with the dog.
Yeah.
Just doing something that's like mindless,
I
and
feel like you're always pretty chill.
that's what everybody says about me.
ESPN
Everybody
wants to be
says
part of the podcast.
that I look very
Well, it's not
like
just your look though.
put together, and that I act very chill as well. And
You're just very calm, and even when you're telling me stories about things that aren't calm, like traumatic things or things where things were a little chaotic, you say them calm.
yeah, it's because I keep all that stuff in my head, I guess.
I don't think that's healthy, Ricky. You
What?
gotta cuss someone out one day.
Oh, I do.
Just not right now. That'd be
No,
terrible.
no, I won't cuss you out.
No.
But no, I mean, I have my little outbursts.
Yeah.
You know, I have my little moments where it gets to be too much, and maybe I don't react appropriately for the next little thing that happens. But for the most part, I'm pretty cool, calm, collected.
I think so, and I think it's a good thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying I noticed that. I feel like I have a friend that always. I started actually. Laura caught on to this before I did, and now that she said it, I catch her all the time. He doesn't laugh. He doesn't laugh at all, and he goes, "So we'll be hanging out, and I'll say something funny, and he'll go, 'That's funny.'" He always does that, and so like it tricks me, like it because everyone's laughing, and then he'll go, "That's funny." And like, so in my head, he's been getting away with it all these years. And then Laura told me, like, did you notice he never laughs? And I'm like, what? That guy laughs all the time. And since she told me, I notice all the time that he does that.
Huh.
And I'm like, wow. It's
You're
weird,
gonna
huh?
have to tell me who that is.